Hi, everyone. How are you? Come on in. Hello, hello. I'm happy to be here to share my viral wisdom. Number 62. I can't believe it. We're here again. And our outer reality is still befuddling, disheartening at times, difficult, and seemingly pretty toxic and dysfunctional. So I'm here to just talk about how we can cope, how we can do better, and transcend our current state of dysphoria and see if we can elevate it to a new level. So I'm so happy to be here again. It's my viral wisdom number 62, means I've done 61 other classes before this. They're all on my YouTube channel. So if you want to be reminded of how you can cope or you want some extra boost, make sure you go back to the others and maybe you'll find some inspiration there. Also, many of you know I am doing my first online live big summit on September 18th. I believe the early bird is ending today. I think it's still on the early bird, but it's going to end any minute. So, and I'm not just saying this as a gimmick. It was supposed to end on the 5th, but my assistant who lives in the Far East hasn't turned it off. So if you want to register for my Revolve Summit on September 18th, replays are sent to you if you cannot attend live. It's 7+ hours of me with 5 amazing guests. You get a bonus masterclass when you register, and you get 3 books mailed to your home. My new book coming out in a few weeks, mailed to your home when you register, all for the price of the early bird registration. So make sure you grab it. It's here somewhere, the link. So make sure you get your early bird ticket. September 18th, a live online summit from anywhere in the world, and you get the replay good for 60 days. So if you're looking to really revolutionize your life, if you're looking to transcend, then I hope I see you on the 18th. And if I don't, you can still get the replay and watch it at your leisure for the next 60 days. So hopefully you'll grab the link. It's on my website. It should be posted here. It's drshefali.com/r-evolve/. Somebody will post it here. So let's talk about what we can do with our minds. Let's talk about how we can transcend our current situations and evolve to a higher place of awareness. What can we do right now given our current external reality, right? How can we do this thing in 2020? How can we live 2020 in a way that allows us to feel empowered and as we are really transforming? Not that we should feel stagnant, because a lot of the energy right now seems stagnant. You know, we're sent home, we're told to be home, we're told to cover up. So this kind of gives the illusion that we are stagnant from within, but it's not true. And this is what I'm here to talk about. So let's talk about a fundamental wisdom. A fundamental wisdom is that our outer reality is one and our inner reality is another. Of course, they are symbiotic. Of course, they influence each other. But actually, the true power in us burgeons forth when we realize that while they are interdependent, the outer reality and the inner reality, it is the inner that holds the baton. Until we awaken to this, our external reality is the leader, the commander, and the director. When we awaken, the guards change and we realize, it's my inner reality that holds the power. And this is the mark of a spiritual warrior. When you begin to understand there is an external reality and there's an inner reality. Yes, they're interconnected and even symbiotic, of course. But who holds the baton? Who holds the power? It is only the inner reality. External reality will always happen to us. We can't help it. If we're in a traffic jam caused by an accident, we didn't do that. If we are in the middle of COVID, we didn't create Wuhan, China's virus in the market. We didn't do that. So as long as we keep thinking that external reality is the leader, we keep feeling defensive and infantile, saying, I didn't do that. And we start feeling like we need to justify or blame. So who did that? It wasn't me. So who was it? Was it Trump? Was it Bill Gates? Was it the Chinese government? Was it the airlines? Who was it? Right? And like little children, we look for who stole the cookie out of the cookie jar. On a fundamental level, that's what we do, because we think the external reality is very important and more important. And we have this dependency on it, this addiction, this attachment to it. So we keep believing that, if the external reality changed, I'd be okay. I'd be in Turks and Caicos right now. I'd be in Australia right now. I'd be in, Zimbabwe right now. It doesn't matter. If it only wasn't for this external reality. So who the hell has screwed up this external reality? Let me look. Let me see. Who can I blame? And sometimes the finger is here, sometimes the finger is there. It doesn't matter. Blame is a displacement of anxiety because it offers a temporary relief to my inner state of palpitation. Like, I need to blame someone. I need to blame someone. Whose fault is this? This bloody external reality being a mess, and my whole world is now messed up, right? There's got to be someone to blame. So when in America, the ones who are not fans of Trump have ample opportunity to blame Trump, right? And it offers great relief for a moment, because then you wake up and when he's still there, you're like, oh, okay, now what? Now what? But it offers temporary relief and distraction. It's his fault. It's all his fault, right? But sad to say, even though I engage in that with relish, sad to say that it is a ruse. It is a trap. It is not for the wise. The wise don't do that, sadly, even though it's so justified. The wise understand that it is an illusion. Trump is very much there, but blaming him is an illusion, sadly. However, no one else is to blame either. The fact is that reality sometimes just sucks. And it's not meant to make us happy all the time. You see, this is the yucky part about life. Like, what? Life is not created to make me happy? See, we in the Western industrialized middle class and upper middle class comfort, elitist comfort and privileged world, comfortable and privileged worlds, actually think, what? Reality is supposed to be there for me, is supposed to throne me, is supposed to elevate me. And the 85% of the world that lives below the poverty line, they know not to expect reality to be anything other than what it is. But we, the elitists, get very offended when we don't have a summer of 2020 and when we have to cancel 2020 and we have to be our children's teachers and we have to live with our partners for the rest of 2020. We are very offended and outraged that our plans have been thwarted and we have been taken off our trains of comfort, right? So it's a delusion in the first place to believe that reality needs to make us happy, right? Or that reality has the power to make us happy. Well, we've been living in that delusion till now. And now the bubble is popping, 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 bursting, bursting, bursting. And we are like dying from inside. And we're dying to blame. And justified or not, sadly, we can't blame, because blame is a ruse. It's a trap. It's a way, it's a quicksand to stay stuck. So what do we do besides blaming? Like, what else is there to do? Or besides drinking or eating or gluttonously, hoarding on possessions and online shopping or Netflix? What is there to do? Well, there is something we can do. And that thing means we take accountability. Accountability for what? Like, how is this our fault? Like, why should I take accountability? Like, what have I got to do with this? I didn't do anything. Well, you do have power and you are doing a lot. What are you doing? You are creating your own inner reality. And this is where you hold power. This is where you have ultimate jurisdiction. I know it sucks to take accountability because you're like, what? I have to just look at myself, turn the spotlight inside, hold the magnifying glass to my own inner world. I can't blame anyone. No one at all. No, because when we blame someone, what we're doing is staying in victim consciousness. We're waiting for that to change. We're like, oh, when the elections happen in November, all this, the COVID is going to get scared of the Democrats and run away. No, not going to happen. When the economy changes, not going to happen. When October happens, not going to happen. When January 2021 happens, no, nothing is going to change. The capriciousness of the external world. The external world is infinitely capricious, often uncomfortable, very often unjust seeming, and doesn't give a damn about our inner comfort and our vacations. Summer camp, kids going to college, we were waiting for it. Nope, outer reality doesn't give a shit. So this will continue. Outer reality will continue to not give a shit. So we can continue to be in victim consciousness, waiting, Cinderella's, waiting for reality to change, hoping that the next election will change it all. It will change a lot. So go vote. However, what I'm trying to teach you is to stay in a state of eternity, untethered to the outer world. And that means to take ownership of this inner real estate, right? And taking ownership is not enough. It's taking accountability. And accountability is a very, very, very grown-up thing to do, and we don't want to grow up. But say we did, on most days I do not want to grow up, but say I did, then what would that mean? Holy moly, it means that we need to look at ourselves, see how we are creating our belief systems and how we are attached to the external. And then we need to one by one, take our power back. And this is liberation. I know I'm making it sound like a chore because it is a chore and it is hard work. But if we want to have a healthier body, we gotta throw out the cookies, apparently. Want to have a fit body, can't eat ice cream, gotta exercise, sweat. It's like that. You want to have joy in your inner world, you got to throw out the junk. You got to take charge of what you're curating on your inner landscape. And this is a painstaking process. It's a process of awakening. It's a process of not being dull and passive and apathetic and just waiting for permission from somebody on the outside, because that person on the outside doesn't exist. So it's time now to realize that COVID isn't going away. And COVID is a symbol of reality that doesn't go away. Sometimes reality works and we get to have a really sunny day on the beach. But many, 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 many times it's not going to work. And I'm here to teach you for those days, right? On the days it works and you win the lotto, good for you. I'm here to teach you how to cope with an inordinately challenging crisis, which we will get ongoingly in life. Today it's this, tomorrow it's that, and the crisis could be anything: a big pimple on the nose, 10 pounds on the weighing machine, right? And we could call a crisis anything. Who's to say? So how do we understand that the external world exists, the inner world exists? They are interrelated, symbiotic, interconnected. But who holds the power? The inner reality. And until we can keep that in focus and keep that in mind, that, whatever I'm feeling right now, it looks like the outer reality is fully responsible. It really, oh my God, like legit. If you had a president like the one I have, legit cause for depression. It just looks so real. It is real and it's not real, right? It is real, but then what? Do I give my power to that? Do I allow that to dictate my inner reality? Well, only if I want to be a fool. Only if I want to be a child. Only if I refuse to take charge of my joy and realize that my days are numbered, right? That I only have so many days to be unhappy. and so many days to be joyful. What am I going to choose? There are only so many days. So, do I now decide that, it has nothing to do with the outer world? The outer world is today it's this, tomorrow it's that. Today it's cloudy, tomorrow it's thundery. Today it's got a hurricane, tomorrow a tornado. Okay, got it. I got it. I got it. What do I have control over? I have control over the present moment. And I got to take charge. And that is called adulting. It's called taking accountability. It's called stop being a prince or a princess. Get off your entitled throne. Get into the driver's seat of your car and start making the changes right now, right? There's nothing that stops us from adapting except our unwillingness to adapt. So this is what we need to focus on. And if you come on September 18th, you will get 7 more hours of this, and probably even more than 7 hours, with 5 amazing guest speakers. So register for Revolve. Early bird ends today. It was supposed to end yesterday. And I am a woman of my word. So if you register for the early bird, you get those 7 hours. You get a replay link, good for 60 days. You get 3 copies of my book mailed to you anywhere in your home in the world. And you get 5 amazing guest speakers and a bonus masterclass. What? So make sure you register. I will see you there. And remember, inner reality is the one who holds the baton. Take charge of it. Own it. Bye, everyone. See you soon.